are rocking the silver. I am a silver lover. And
you know from rings that your fingers swell. So
yeah,
I couldn't get another ring on this finger tonight, but I have rings for every finger.
I think you left that finger on purpose. Look at him.
It has meaning.
Oh, there's your finger. He's saying, "Hey, girl, look at this finger." Okay, so you are, from what I understand, a producer, director.
Yes.
Everything that is horror. Why did you decide horror other than comedy, romantic comedy, action? Why horror?
I like dark horror. To me, if you're seeing a horror movie, you need a little humor to take it off the edge so they can scare you again. So if it's all just bleak, it's not my kind of film. Some people like those, but even in the darkest situations and in life, there's some very funny moments. And I hate to say it, but if you've been in the hospital and crazy shit and even people dying, there's stuff like, it's funny. It's terrible, but there's funny stuff and that release is very good. So my subgenre is dark comedy horror.
A lot of horror movies, they are too serious and they don't even add an element of comedy, and that is so important. I mean, tell us one horror movie that you can think of, commercial horror movie like Carpenter, and what do you remember anything about it that was funny? Because you seem to have a sharp mind. What do you go, oh my gosh, I remember that movie, it had the funniest scene, and you think, horror movie? What scene was funny?
Sure. Well, my favorite horror movie really is Shaun of the Dead. There's a lot of comedy in that movie. They play it very straight. I think my favorite scene in Shaun of the Dead is early on where the guy kind of wakes up and he goes across the street to get his morning beer. And it kind of looks like a normal situation on the street. People are wandering around and they look like they're homeless and there's someone laying in the street and he doesn't notice it because it's normal, right? But they're dead. They're zombies, and there's blood on the case where he gets his drink. I love that. That's Edgar Wright. He's a brilliant director. But I think even in the craziest horror movies. Now, one of my friends who passed away, James Caron, was in Return of the Living Dead. That's another movie that has some really comedic moments, but really gross, disturbing moments. So I like that. I think comedy is that unexpected moment, and you can get it with horror because they're not expecting it. And then you go back to horror. So my two films right now that are comedy horrors that you can see, one is called Cynthia. It stars Scout Taylor Compton from Halloween, Bill Moseley from Devil's Rejects, 3 from Hell, and Sid Haig, my buddy who passed away just a few days ago. So I'm very upset about it. He's a very good buddy of mine. But it was interesting. I interviewed him once because he was always in my booth. And I asked him randomly, what do you want on your tombstone? And he said he was a fucking asshole.
Now.
That is great.
So what films, for those who don't know, what films are you presenting in the film festival? Did you contribute other than what is your role for those who don't know? Okay,
so I've been a sponsor of Shriekfest for 8 years, and I am like a brother to Denise Gossett. I adore her. She has put her heart and soul into this for years. She will cry, as she has every year consistently. There'll be a lot of sobbing because she loves these people. So I bring my hearse, my 1959 Cadillac Miller Meteor hearse will be there, as it is every year. And I have to say this because this is such a hard festival to get into that even though I have sponsored it, and I give away the award every year for Best Horror Film, I present that award, I can't get my films in this freaking festival.
What?
Cynthia was turned down. And I see that little clock on the wall. No, you got to do the...
We're getting cut off. Turn.
The problem is I can talk forever. Also, Exorcism at 60,000 feet coming out next year. God bless. Get the next person.